Alright, so once again, thank you, Antiloquy, for the raid. Thank you, everyone who stuck around for it. I really do appreciate you all. Um, so, first things first, I've been working on the game a little bit since the last time I streamed it. So, there's a few changes here and there. I finally got the mass lock that worked, so it'll actually display when your ship is mass locked. And I did it so very simple that every planet, moon, sun, all the big things that should, make it so you mass lock, are just on all one layer. So it's a simple bit of code that just simply checks to see, hey, is the ship colliding with anything on this layer? So I simplified it a lot from my original code, because the original code, I literally checked every single object that it collided with to make sure that it was a celestial body. So yeah, that was definitely a bit of fun to figure out. So anyway, I'm going to show you guys what I've got so far. So let me just get this all started up real quick here. Of course, things are going to be a little slower now that I'm streaming, because my computer's not top of the line, but it's good. So yeah, first off, that sun is all particle systems. Debating on if I want to have the mass lock green as on, or if I want it to mean, like, you're good. Like, I don't want that to be confusing, you know what I mean? Yeah, the ship moves just fine. And I'm actually planning to do like a particle system for the engines, just so it's easier. I don't have to make specific animations for the engines. And of course, once you get into the gravity well of the star or system, or the system, planet, mass lock. Yeah, I think I actually might switch that up, because red means that you're not mass locked, green means that you are. Now, of course, this little planet, obviously it's smaller, so it doesn't have as big a range. But yeah, this is all like the precursor for every other system in the game. Also, I finally figured out last stream how to get the moon to properly orbit around a planet. So now we're gonna have planets that have 1, 2, 6, And notice, you're mass locked by both the planet itself and oh well, the moon's still not working. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I might have edited that while I was working on it. So let's go back to the moon. No, that's a celestial body. Oh, right, because that's a sphere collider. I need a forget what it's called now. My brain just died. Capsule collider, that's what it was. Thank you. So, capsule collider, boom. Let's change it to radius of 1.5, like it's supposed to be, and then a height of 4, 5, 6. Okay, we need to move this up slightly. Because if I remember correctly, let's see. Oh yeah, that needs to be much higher. Okay, so first off, let's get rid of the sphere collider because we don't need that. Thank you for the follow, Antiloquy. You know, if I hadn't heard you say your own username, I'd probably be getting it so wrong. Just fair warning on that. Let's see. Let's change the height to 15. No, that's too high. 10. Then shift that up like that. Nope, still needs to be a little higher. Okay, so 14. And that should be a little high, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. So now, if I save it, hit play. Oh, it's not that amazing. I joke and say that a trained monkey could do this, but that could be said about pretty much anything. Okay, so now I just gotta find the Earth-like. There we go. Okay, so now we go by the moon. And the moon also mass locks us. It's not as big a mass lock, but it still mass locks us. I know. Well, the original game I was talking about is actually going to be the successor to this game. Okay, yeah, I definitely have to switch the green and the red, because that's just weird. So we go back to the game object, mass locked this, and not mass locked this. Okay, so now when we do it, so we are mass locked, and then we are not. Alright, so that's working. Yep, that works. Last one to check is the Earth-like planet. And then switch over to the moon. Oh, hello. Thank you, Kraken. I really appreciate it. I'm weird about giving myself credit on things just because, like, I know this doesn't come naturally to a lot of people, but to me, like I said, I pretty much live zero. I eat, sleep, and breathe zeros and ones. Like, this is one of those things that I am passionate about. Because, yes, I like to build a community. But at the same time, I like to build a community around things that interest me. And this is one of those things that I am beyond passionate about. Okay, so I need to add another collider right about here. Because, basically, we're going to have another thing, fuel, which is going to be, you know, just a green block. But it's going to be based on, you know, you can actually fuel scoop from here. Also, another thing, seeing as there's really nothing in the game right now that can damage us, I've actually set up a button combination to test to make sure that hull integrity and all that stuff actually works. So if I do this, it simulates us taking damage. And then, of course, you know, regaining hull integrity. And because it's all working on the same system, what is mass locking me right now? That was a weird little bug. What? Weird. Like, nothing should be mass locking you in that spot. Okay, hold on. Game controller, let's close that out. Okay, so let's go back to here. Okay. Systems. What is... Something was causing a false positive on the... Hold up. So something was causing a false positive on the mass lock. Let's see if I go back behind... Okay, I am mildly confused. Okay, yeah, right here, there shouldn't be anything mass locking me. Oh. Wait, huh? So that's the trigger. Nothing there is causing a trigger. Oh. But that's so small, so how is that? Okay, don't want that to cause a trigger, so let's turn. Let's go back out. Turn that off. Okay, so that's the trigger there. Okay, so that should definitely be triggering us. Okay, so we are outside of the sphere of influence. I did not mean to press that. I pressed the wrong button. Okay, I completely lost track of what I was doing there. So yeah, that was interesting. Okay, anyway, what was I doing? Okay, so now that we've got that figured out, now we need to make a boost command, or boost control. Let's see, so speed is there. Should actually make speed based on this. So since I do have, that's an on collision check, I'm gonna add a new script. Call it chip variables. Alright, and then we're gonna switch to our code window. Sorry about the white. I don't know if there's any way to make it like a nighttime. Let me just figure that out real quick. I will send you guys back to the game window just because that's not as bright. Let me see if there's a way to actually change Notepad++. There's got to be like a night mode or something. Okay, Kraken. You have a great night, alright, hon? Okay, so it's under settings. Style configurator. Configurator is such a weird word. So we are going to go with Obsidian. Oh yeah, that's a lot. That's much better. Okay, so now it's not hurting everyone's eyes. So first thing we need to do is first off set public variables. So we don't need anything else. Let me see. How did I do? That's what I need. We're going to add this, because if you notice, when we go to, which one was it? I think it was under game controller. Yeah, if we go under game controller, you notice UI elements, sprites, game objects, player variables, all that kind of stuff. You can actually make it look nice like that by doing, and I completely realized I showed you guys, but I didn't actually have it showing. But yeah, if you go under game controller, the game controller script has headers for each of the variable types, which in the long term doesn't do anything for the players, but it does help me keep things more organized. So we go back into code, system serializable basically allows you to put little headers. So if we do header, like that, and do say public float hull, and then public float shields. If I could spell shields, that'd be nice. Public float energy. We'll call this systems. Public float speed. So now if we go into here, hit save, head back over to Unity, let that load. And you have hull, shields, energy, speed. So anyway, let's take the speed variable, which I currently have set to 15. And then hull is 100, shields are 100, energy 100. Just some base stats. Actually, let's rename it status. Header. Weapon hard points. I hit the wrong button. If you guys notice, I will do that quite a bit. So, weapon hardpoints, it's gonna be public, full, okay, public, full, small, hardpoint, right. Header. Systems. Public. I forget how to do an array. Hold on. Okay, so it's public, float, systems, and then public, float, and then we're just gonna basically list numbers with, to basically fill in like what is what, like, what was I calling it? I had a name. I'm kind of taking a page out of Elite Dangerous's book as far as like, shield systems, cargo systems, stuff like that. Actually, we're gonna make this a string array. Because it's gonna be like A1, A2, A3, or 3A. Basically, kind of like Elite Dangerous systems, where it's basically a number to denote the size, and a letter to denote the quality. So actually, you know what? Yeah, we're actually going to just use strings, because rather than try to remember, well, a shield is ID number 56, or, why don't just call it shield? Okay, public string. Actually, type would be class. Thank you for the follow, Demon. Demon Heal, wow. That, like, the whole spray of emojis kind of, like, overshadowed the alert. So it's gonna be systems class. Okay, so now when we go back in and let it recompile, so now there are, a list of system classes. I guess system filled with, yeah, I guess I could go that way. Basically, you'll have loadouts for your ships, more or less. Okay, so now I just need to have it grab all of the variables from the right place. So, game controller will grab private rect transform scale. So now I can just simply take that out. That should still work. And then we go back into Unity. Nope, it did not like that. Cannot implicitly convert type Unity engine vector 3 to... Oh. Okay, so it's a vector 3, not a... Okay, I got it. Vector 3. That should work, theoretically. Okay, yeah, that worked. Okay. That works. Good, good. But yeah, so for this ship, there's technically a weapon hardpoint on the left and a weapon hardpoint on the right. So those definitely help out if you can basically toggle them on and off. And in the system, it will actually determine how hard you hit based on, first off, what class of hardpoint you have, and then how, like, what... Okay, that works, that works. Okay, sorry, brain just decided to go, woo. Thank you, Titan, I appreciate it, hun. Have a good time at the gym, okay? Work out for me. Nah, just kidding. So... Okay, what was I doing? Right, so gotta grab all of the information. Gonna take out this, because it's no longer needed. I've got everything I need for that. So now it's just copy, paste, copy, paste. So now I just do bar shield. And then it's going to be shield current, if I could spell. And then shield max. And then shield current. Shield max. And then bar shield. And boom. Okay, so that's that for shield. Now energy. Oops. Almost forgot to fix that as well. Okay, so it's scale, bar energy. Energy current equals... Okay, so that finishes out those. Okay. So now I actually have to grab that information from up here first. So we're actually going to do this object. So I go back to player movement. So what we're going to do is we are going to basically make it find because we only need to find. Oh no, wait! I already have the ship. That's right. It's literally right there. So I just need to find. Ship.get component. How was I doing it again? It's under the actual boa Mark II, so I have to get the ship name. So player movement. Get component. Player movement. No, it's gonna be ooh. Do we have a ship? No, we don't. Okay. Alright, and then we need to find object equals. That's not what I wanted to do. This is what happens when I go back and forth between too many things at once. Object equals find ship, and it's going to be so if I remember correctly, that's how you find a specific object. Oh, this is what happens when I don't keep track of my searches. Community find game object child. Okay, there we go. Game object find. Okay, so we're gonna go with ship.gameObject, so that'll limit it down to just the ship object itself. So, no, it's player. So I actually want player. So it's gonna find the ship name under the player's object. So technically, when you start the game, you technically have every ship underneath of you in a sense, if that makes any sense. And I just realized I didn't have the code set over, so you guys can see what I was doing. Okay, so now we have the object. So we need object dot get component, and then we need, what was the script that's attached? Right, ship variables. Did I seriously have all of these sitting outside of the scripts folder? I do. That's why I couldn't find anything, because everything was outside. Okay, so ship variables. Okay, good. Yes, keep this, because I'll just save it to the new locations of the file. Hold up, let me finish my code first. So ship variables. Oh no, I gotta do this on start, so... Oh no, I just realized. I just realized something I forgot to do. So I set the starting hull, but I forgot to actually set a variable for its current. So I'm gonna have to set a current hull current. And then we will need a start section after this. Okay, so now we need to create a void start. Okay, so now we do the same thing, except we're literally doing hull max is hull. Shield max is shield. And energy max is energy. And also ship speed. So not what I wanted to do. Ship variables. Should be just speed if I remember correctly. Yes. Okay, so got that sorted out. and then hull current equals hull max. Shield current equals shield max, and energy current equals energy max. Okay. Alright. You have a great night, alright, hon? And I really appreciate the raid. I think I wasn't actually planning to stream this early. I was gonna go to sleep, but then you know, I was in your stream, and you were trying to find someone from Streamer Central to raid, so I thought, hey, why not, you know, bring what I was already doing onto stream? Because, I mean, I stream this stuff anyway, it's just, sometimes I do it off stream, sometimes I do it on stream, it all depends on how I'm feeling at the moment, and don't think that you put me on the spot, because you didn't. Thank you, I really appreciate you, hon. You're wonderful. Okay, so I need to save that, go into ship variables, I need to create okay, nothing has changed there. Ship variables, serialize. Huh. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. Huh. Oh, that's it. Nope. Nope, we're not doing that. That's just way too difficult. If I do it like that, will that work? I wonder. Because I have to go back in the game controller. I would have to grab it from... Would that work? I don't know if that would work, but we'll see. Probably not, and if not, yeah, no. Array size cannot be specified in a variable declaration. Try initializing with a new expression. Wait, what? Okay, so let's throw scripts back in there. So I need to go in, delete game controller and ship variables, and then just close and okay, so delete those. Because I don't need two of the same thing. Now if I go back out here, take these two, throw them back into scripts. No. No. Okay, so now we have to go back in here to scripts, ship variables, and game controller. Okay, so we are going to change these back, because that's not a thing apparently. Okay, so save that, go back into ship variables. We are going to add another header. This is default status. Copy that, paste, current, and current. So now if we go here, and then void start, just so that we can actually have those set right. So in start hull current equals hull shield current equals shield and energy current equals energy. That should work. In theory. There's a lot of in theory on this. Okay, game object does not contain definition for game object. And no extension. Ship variables. I did shields cur. Yep. There we go. So now that should fix some issues. Apparently I've created a few more. So 36 game controller line 36. Okay, so if we change that way, game object find string cannot be accessed with an instance reference. Qualify it for type name instead. Okay, then how do I... Hold on, now I'm just... Player movement. Game object find... Okay, I guess I do have to do it that way. Okay, that's fine. It just means that I'll have to create a ship instance for players and a ship instance for NPCs. So it'll be just pretext NPC. That's fine. Come on. And of course now, Notepad++ is getting difficult. There we go. Okay, so that should work. The name bar Enery doesn't exist in the current context. Enery. I can't spell apparently. Oh jeez. Let's see if we can spell right tonight. Or well, this morning. The name bar Enery does not exist in the current context. Okay, so now that works, we are actually going to throw the update bit again back into it. So haha, Jimmy. Also, welcome to the stream, hun. Yeah, I'm not gonna live that down, am I? Enery. Enery. I mean, at least I didn't, you know, muck it up in the code up here. So that's a plus. I will take that as a plus. But Enery. Absolutely beautiful. I wonder, will it let me do this? Just so that I can clean up the code a little bit. Fair. Just because I like to have my code kind of shrunk down. I mean, yeah, it makes it harder for other people to read, but for me, it makes me feel better. because I can read this just fine. Now, if I started working with someone else, I probably wouldn't do it like this. But seeing as it's just me, and I'm mostly going to be the only one reading it, it shouldn't cause any errors. Shouldn't. Again, everything I do is pretty much trial and error. Oh. Oh my. Okay. Really? Okay, so it added everything back in. Let's see. Player controller still there. Need to re-add the ship variables. There we go. So when I start this, it should fill in the hull current, shield current, energy current. There we go. What's notation? What is this notation you speak of? Okay. My music decided to freeze up for a second there. Yes, I know what notation is. I'm being special. Okay, so player movement. So I'm gonna try something because I know I've done this before somewhere. Boy, I hear you. uh, uh, okay, so let's see if this will let me do it. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna check to see if this will actually work, or if Unity is still being a butt. Error 19. Oh, right. There's a I forgot the apostrophe operator. Multiplied cannot be applied to operand of type bool and float. Unity convert bool to float. Uh, okay. It wants to be special with me. Convert key down to float. Nope, it won't let me do that. Because it can't convert a bool to... If I do it like that, well, let me do that. Nope. See, because I was trying to simplify it so that I didn't have to have so many different things all at once. So let me see if I remove the multiply, if it'll do that. Cannot be applied to operands of type float and bool. Of course. Trying to simplify my code and it's just saying, nope, can't do that. Okay, so let's see what we can do. And I literally did I post? Yes, I did. Okay. I am definitely gonna have to make sure that I do keep track of the live supported channel, just because I want to make sure that each and every person gets thanked properly. And I didn't post in any other discords, just just Streamer Central. I mean, mine does it automatically, but that's a whole other thing altogether. So we won't touch that. Anyway, so I was trying to simplify this, but like I said, it doesn't want me to simplify it. No, that's not. That's definitely not going to work. Okay, so I also need a private float boost. Or no, that's going to be an int, because that's... No, we're going to go with float, just because it's easier that way. Okay, so... And then boost is going to equal 0. Okay, I guess that would be int, actually, now that I think about it. So 0... plus, let's see. Actually, just be times boost at that point. It's literally just going to go between 1 and 2. Now I need if input dot get key space boost equals 2, and then prior to that, boost equals 1. So as long as space is being pressed, it goes twice as fast. But then that also diminishes the energy. Which game controller is grabbing energy from the ship object. So Huh. All right, I've got ship up there. Duh. So literally just go to here. Object equals that. And oh wow, I wasn't prepared for that to be finished so soon. So let's switch over to now I gotta switch over my music. I wasn't expecting it to be finished so soon. Go to history. Oh, where is the original? There we go. Now I just gotta wait for my music to load up. So while we wait for that, I'm going to grab this code here. And I just realized I haven't been showing any of this. Okay, so actually I just need that. Variable energy equals that. Okay, so we are going to actually have to put this to a new line because else. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so boost equals 1 here. So now I can get rid of this line altogether, because it's a pointless line at this point. Oh, and energy greater than 5. So boost is basically going to have an energy drain of 5 now. Just an arbitrary number so I can figure it out. Okay, so that should grab everything I need to. So if I do this, that shouldn't cause any errors, hopefully. Wow, that's a first. It actually worked. First try. Okay, so yeah, that did not actually boost us at all. Okay, so or at least it didn't give us a chance to actually see the boost in action. So Let's hit play. Okay, so greater than 0. We'll actually make it boost 4. Wow, that seriously did not seem like a boost at all. Make it boost 8? Oh, right, because speed is still only going up. Right, okay. Alright. Okay, so that should increase the boost. Okay, so we want energy to regenerate as we're going along. So okay. Not sure why it would be standing still like that. Or why the energy would be standing still. Okay, so we don't want it there. We want it to be like a constant thing. So maybe we do it like that. Because the boost doesn't just stop happening just because you're not moving forward anymore. Whoa. Oh. Okay, so speed boosts. So we're gonna make it so that you can't speed boost and turn. I mean, that would make sense, right? Whoa. That wasn't an unintended side effect. Did not mean for that to happen. Oh, that was just a little funky. Just a little bit. Oop. Okay, I have to fix that. I forgot when I changed some of the code, for whatever reason, it decided that the front is the back and the back is the front. Not sure why. Like, I didn't change anything except for where it's grabbing everything from. Oh, that's why it's doing that. So let's just between That's why. Okay, I finally realized why it was taking so long for it to realize that it was not working right. It's because apparently the ship thought that its energy was at 500%. No, instead of trying to clamp it here, we're going to clamp it in the main script. So under here, ship variables. So now we actually have an update. So void update. Hull current equals math clamp hull current between 0 and hull. And then we're going to do the same thing. Hey, good morning, Brandon. How you doing, hon? Anyway, like I was saying, now we just got to clamp shield current so that it doesn't go above what it's supposed to. And same with energy. Ooh, okay. So that should clamp those down so that now energy reserves doesn't go above its maximum value. So we go in here now, hit play. Oh, that's a nasty little side effect. Because technically boost is set to 0, but it's still boosting. Okay, so I have to throw in a catch for that. So, game controller. No, it's player movement. Maybe that should catch it, possibly. Not 100% sure. So, if I hit... Okay, that's definitely an interesting side effect. Okay, so that should catch that little bit there. You shouldn't be able to turn while... Oh, that's another thing. Player movement. Line 36 position. Oh, I missed a parenthesis. Okay, so waiting for that to update, and boom. Now here's another test. Thank you for the Larkon. There we go. Okay, so boost cooldown equals 0. If energy less than 1, boost cooldown equals 30. Boost cooldown equals math F dot clamp. Let's make it float because math clamp doesn't work on non floats for whatever reason. Okay, so oop, I messed up on that one. 31.7. If energy, there we go. All right, that fixes that error. So now there should be a 30 frame cooldown from when you run out of energy to, when you can use boost again. So now it should slow down. Nope, it's still deciding to speed up. There we go. We'll throw that in there too, just because that should slow things down. Hopefully. We'll see. Okay, so now that we've got that cleared away, now oh, and we have reached the edge of the universe. That came a little too quickly, so might want to extend the backdrop. What we need to do is we need to, first off, go to scene, zoom out. We're going to go up, to the right, down, do, 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 do. Now, I wanted to do this like a programmatically designed star system, because it'd just be easier to do overall. But yeah, I was having issues where all the stars pretty much looked like, you know, they were more or less all aligned to the same spot. And that doesn't really work so well, generally. Just because, yeah, it's... uh, I think I've already been going for an hour and a half, and I'm still not tired of doing it. So we are going to... See, because this technically in and of itself is 4 different quadrants. So actually, if I copy this, okay, and then paste the second star field. Did not mean to put that there. There we go. So what we're gonna do is, and first off, that should be 0, 0, 0. That was weird. Oh, let's undo that. Because I forgot, it has to be below the actual stars and everything. So then, if we do this, that's really cool how that, like how that actually sets up in the viewer. Because for all intents and purposes, that's actually how it looks on the screen. So it's really weird to see how that actually figures out. So what we need to do is we need to position this. Let's see, each one of these. Weird how it did that. And that should be negative 500. 30. Negative 500. And this should be negative 500, 30, and then positive 500. So then I need to delete that, copy the new one, paste. So now that's in the same spot. These are all in the proper locations. Weird. So now what I need to do is okay. Okay, so that's Starfield Alpha Major. And this is literally just going to be 1,000, negative 1,000, and that's Starfield Beta Alpha, or Beta Major. So rename Beta Major. Okay, that should work, and then I just have to basically duplicate these. So, copy, paste. So that's going to be, this one's going to be Delta Major, so. This is going to be Gamma Major. So Delta is negative and negative. Gamma is negative and positive. And yes, I realized I could have just done that in reverse, but so now the universe is exponentially bigger. So now if we head off into the distance, it should take a little longer to get to the edge of the universe. Because it's basically like 1,500, I think is what the edge is. No, actually 2,000. Still, there's an edge, and that's not good. Okay, so 1,800. So I'm gonna put a little clamp on the camera follow as well, so we don't have that issue of going off the edge of the map. So player movement. Need to update the camera. Okay. Okay, so math F dot clamp between negative 1800 and 1800. It should be the same for the Z. That should work. If not, I can always just pull the variables out and then just clamp them. Now let's see what that does when we actually get to the edge. Like if it actually clamps the ship to the edge, or if it just clamps the camera to the edge. If that makes sense. So now we're just going to get ourselves back over to negative 1800. Alright, moment of truth, guys. Okay, so that does that. So that actually worked exactly as I expected it to, which is odd. Okay, so now I just have to figure out how to flip it back on its rear after it reaches a certain point. Okay, so how do I want to do this? And there goes my music. It's because I'm looking up stuff on Google, and it decided that nope, it didn't want to. And apparently Google doesn't want to finish loading either. Weird. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's surprisingly easy. So if we go into the code here, if this dot position dot x less than negative 1900, or this dot position x, or transform position. I forgot the transform part. That'll make a whole big difference. Greater than 1900. Or this dot transform dot position dot z or z less than negative 1900, or this dot transform dot position dot z greater than 1900, then this dot transform inverse to current rotation. So now the camera will stop on the edge of the map, and then about 100 I don't know what the unit of measure is in on the code, but yeah, 100 past the edge of the map, the ship will do a reverse course. So if we go to the very edge of the map, this shouldn't take too long. It should, in theory, reverse course and head back the opposite direction. It doesn't matter what angle you come at it; it's gonna reverse the exact opposite direction it was going. which that I'm stealing from games like Star Fox 64, where you reach the end of the engagement area and it decides, nope, you turn it back. Well, we'll see how it works. We'll see just how well it works. Guys, we are reaching that threshold, 1600, 1700, and we are reaching the edge of the map. $1900 is reached, and it is continue. Oh, that's why. No, because should be checking the Z. If X is less than 1900, negative 1900, greater than 1900, or Z is less than 1900 or greater than 1900, it should reverse. Huh. Oh. Wait, no, that should be... Right, so this should actually be after that. Okay, for shits and giggles, we're gonna, quadruple the speed of the ship just to make it faster. So now Jesus. Might be just a little too fast. Oh. And you guys didn't even get to see that. So theoretically, this should... No, it's still going. Why is it still going? Okay. Okay, so that answer was from 2016. Maybe that doesn't work anymore? Okay, let's try this instead. Maybe that might work better. Okay, so let's try that. Okay. Oh, this is taking a hot minute. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we're not running into any errors for that, so God willing. So we got, let's just double the speed for now. Okay, so theoretically this should work. I don't know how many times I've said that. I feel like it should work, but it might not. Yep, no, that's... Let's try it this way, maybe? Try it up. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Or, no, left. It's supposed to be on the X. Is where it's rotating, so... Let's see how this works. Again, changing speed to 90. And then speed boost. Oh snap. Okay, so we need the camera to transform to the ship's position. So we noticed we ran into a little issue there where it was trying to once again follow the... Okay, yeah. When I have the camera, or when I... Okay, so variable new x equals this. And then variable new z equals this. Oop. Forgot the clamp part. New z. Okay, that's still kind of gonna try to clamp that, so that's not what I want. Copy that. Copy that. Okay, now let's see how well that works. So, Do that there. Let it load in. Okay, script is updated. Go in here. Not sure why the position Y is going up. Or no, it's going down. What is going on there? Like it's taking the velocity at 0. Or it's taking the like is it just the so the player is moving down for some reason. Okay, yeah, it's still going down, but why? Freeze Y. So that okay, there we go. That should stop it from going up and down. Okay, same with that. Good. Okay. Oh, right. Testing of the edge of the map. Again. So we are going to change the speed up to 90 to make it easier to get to the edge of the map quickly. Yeah, still doing that thing where it's not quite catching at the edge. What is going on? Okay, so... Okay, we're gonna go to the edge of the screen, see what's happening with the edge for that. Okay, so that's... Oh. Oh no. I think I see what's going on. It's not the fact that the ship, the camera's not catching up. It's the fact that the ship is literally flipped upside down. Which we realize this when the ship goes over. That's why. I'm flipping on the wrong axis. So it's not up. It's not left. No, it's not left. It's up. Okay, so... let's try this again. So now, when we go to the edge, it should flip us right side up. Okay, but it's flipping us the moment we get to the very edge. I kind of wanted it to go over the edge and then come back. Let's change it to 2,000. Because it shouldn't be flipping us back that quickly. Oop, I clicked way too fast. Okay, so let's make it 60. Okay, there we go. And now we're gonna go north. Or well, up. And see if the same applies up as well. Because if it applies for up, then it'll apply for down. Yes! Okay, so you get to the edge of the galaxy, or the edge of the edge of the galaxy, and it'll throw you back. Okay, and I also want to make it so that you can't just like kind of loop yourself outside the space of the map. So we are going to make this a function. Okay, I don't need that anymore, but I just realized. So void. I forgot how to make functions in Unity. Public class. Okay, so... Okay, so that... So now I can literally just check edge. Again, should work, in theory. Nope. Cannot implicitly convert type void to bool. Oh, duh. Nice. Okay, that's simple enough. So now if I set it to go to the edge, which again, 60 to make it go super fast, or, well, faster. So we can do an edge case check. Boom. Do a check in the northern direction. So that should also still do the check properly. And it does. Good, okay. And and not check edge. That should be false. And if it's false, not check edge will make it true. So you can't accidentally turn or boost, because I'm going to put that into boost as well. And not. Check edge. That way you can't try to accidentally boost past the 2000 mark. So now if you move past the edge, I shouldn't be able to rotate past the edge. Okay, maybe I can still rotate past the edge. Okay, well, I mean, it still works. Okay, so if mass lock is true, boost equals 2, else boost equals 4. So when you're mass lock, you're not going to move as fast in a boost. And I realized I literally didn't even show you guys the code on that. So it'd probably be a lot more noticeable if I double it. Okay, now we're gonna work on the radar system. This is the fun part. Do yourself a favor, make it simple. Overlap sphere. This will return all colliders within the radius. From there, you can access game object edit. If the game objects are not active, you may want to create an array and store all objects at start, then you can perform. Okay. That's not a bad idea. And I'm trying to drink from an empty soda bottle. Okay, so I will create a collider. Thank you for the follow, hon. Very much appreciated. So we're gonna need a Sphere Collider. We want something that okay, that might be too big. Let's see, 300. We'll make it 400. So a 400 square radius, which should encapsulate everything. Then we also need to move it down. Let's see, the Earth-like is down 55. So I need to move it down negative 55. Okay. So now what we're going to need to do is basically do a reverse of what it is for the mass lock. We determine if something hits within that sphere. So you're actually going to rename this script. File, save as player controller. And let that compile the script properly. Because it's gone more than just from movement, it's controlling the player, basically. So player controller. Oh my, so I'm gonna throw the player controller script in there. Main camera, change speed to 15. Already got the right thing. And now we need to go everywhere. You know what? That's just reinventing the wheel. So now I gotta find everywhere that is. Nope, I needed to go back one. Replace, replace, replace. Okay, so we need to save that. Starfield. Okay, so that should be everything back the way it was. Okay, so Now we're going to create the radar screen. So go back here, user interface. So basically we need to add UI image radar or radar panel. Okay, so now that we've got that panel set up, now I need to go to UI elements, main panel 3, set native size, actually edit and do set native size. We'll set it to 200 by 200. Ugh, no, 150 by 150. Okay, so now I just need to move this down there, which if I do it like I did there, it should be that. Okay, so 88, and then if we make that 88, that should be exactly bottom left-hand corner. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, so now we throw the title panel up. So UI image and then we are going to set native size and then shrink it down 0.25, 0.25. Okay, that might be a little too small, so 0.5. Ooh, 0.3, not 3. Okay. No, 0.25 probably is not a bad idea. I'm gonna make this 73, so it's uniform. Then I need to grab, let's rename this header. We're gonna copy this, paste this child, Okay, so that'll be the radar image. Okay, so UI masking. Text panels, images, and cohesive functional whole. Masking essential component in a UI developer's toolkit and a relatively simple to set up and using it. Yeah, relatively simple to use in Unity. Make the mask. First create a new UI image. You can do this by selecting. Okay. So create new image. This would be the radar, and I need to bring up the images. Where did I put? Crap. Where did I put it? There it is. So we're gonna throw grid in here. Oh, that's right. I need to switch it to 2D UI. I'm gonna go back to radar, throw grid into sprite. Whoa, set native size. Nope, that's not a thing. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So half of that. Okay, so then we need to put a circular mask on that. Maskable. Sprite mask, that's what I need. Okay, so okay, that's not how that works. Okay, got it. Remove component. Need to create the mask first. Okay, create the mask. Let's create a new UI image. Next, add a mask component to the UI image you just created. This can be done by selecting add component to the inspector and choosing UI mask. Okay. Parent a raw image to this mask. All images are less optimized but necessary to display large detailed images such as the new logo. You can do this by selecting game. Okay, so I need a UI raw image mask. So then I need to put the radar in the mask. Okay. So 454 by 337. 454 by 337. Okay. Raw image will contain the component we wish to pan and scroll. In this case, the new logo, set the texture. Okay, I am so confused by this. So we are just going to do this the good old-fashioned way. And we're going to delete that. And I'm literally just going to edit the grid to be a circle. No bells and whistles, just something simple. So, we are going to start up GIMP, one of the best free video editing software, not video, image editing software I have ever used, just from personal experience. And hopefully this propagates properly. If I can get GIMP to work with me. Okay, so it is working. It's loading up now. So I do need to go in here and remove I guess the anyway. Let's see if GIMP is showing up properly for streaming. Nope, it is not. Okay. Is it doing it now? Yes, okay. So now it's working properly. Good. So we are going to open the grid file. We're literally actually just going to drag it from here onto GIMP. So, click and drag. Yes, we will convert it over. Now, obviously, you can't really see much just because it's dots on a transparent background. But let's just throw a temporary back on this just so you can actually see what's going on. So new layer, temp, place it underneath. Welcome back, Titan. Okay, just so you can actually see the grid now, let me... Is that legitimately an actual grid? Huh. Go figure. So right now I'm working on the radar grid. How? So that you can actually show what's around you. But yeah, the stream has been going pretty good. I mean, I've been keeping roughly around 9 to 15 people or viewers in here, so that's probably the best I've done for at least this long. So anyway, like I said, what we're going to do is we are going to do a ellipse selection, make sure that it's snap to grid. Okay, maybe we want to do a snap to edge too. Yeah, snap to canvas edges. There we go. Alright, and then we are going to select invert, so we take the back end of the grid, delete the grid. So now, when we override the grid here, I'm gonna have to basically, oh no, I don't have to replace the grid here. It actually does it automatically. So the next thing we want to do is we want to add a border around it so it's not so bland. Because right now it just looks kind of meh. Actually, let me see if, nope, that's definitely not. Okay, so we are gonna add a border. So we're gonna once again invert the selection, and no, actually to make it easier, what we're gonna do is select, invert, delete. Okay. Actually, no, undo that. We're just gonna do selection to path. Invert the selection so it's inwards to the circle. We are going to go to paths, right click, stroke path, and we're gonna make it a kind of smallish. So now when we go back to layers, turn that off. Not really. Oh, because I stroked to the wrong place. Okay. Stroke the path. There we go. So now, when we override it, and then go back to in-game, there's a slight border. We might actually... Hold on, let me... Actually, what we're gonna do, because I don't like that black. That's just, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. So we are going to open where is it? Right. Documents. We're actually going to open the main panel as a separate layer. Copy the border color that it's using at the top there. And oh my. Okay, I was about to say, that's kind of lagging a little bit. Okay, so we are going to, like I said, use main panel 3 as like a color reference. obviously it's not going to make its way into the final image itself. So, I'm going to zoom in, and where is it? Oh, yeah, I dropped it. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to take this color here. I'm going to remove that again. Back out to 100. Go here. And that's fun. Oh, right. That's right. Select none. Okay, we are going to select path. So we need to invert selection to go back into the center. We don't want it to go outside of this. So we are going to stroke path. Let's make it, let's see what 2 looks like, and then we'll work from there. So file, override grid. Then we're going to head back over into Unity. It looks good, but we've got an issue where the top, bottom, left, and right are kind of a little eh. Now, one thing we do need to do is we need to move this down a little bit. That might be just a little too much. There we go. Okay, so I'm liking where we're going. We're not quite there yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to GIMP and stroke the path at 3. Okay. Override the grid. Go back into Unity. See, the only thing I don't like is the fact that it's cutting it off. So we might need to do 4. So stroke path 4. Override. Back into Unity. Let it reload. See, I kind of wish we could offset it inwards. You know what we can do? And I don't know why I didn't think of this. So we're gonna undo, 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 undo. Okay, so what we're gonna do is select invert, delete that outer edge, and then we are going to layer, scale, percent. We're going to layer this down 95%. Okay, so now if we do select none, fuzzy select that, now we do selection to path, we hide that, bring that back up. No, actually, undo, undo, undo. We're just gonna bring it down by 99%. So, layer, scale, Okay, now we do this. And then select the path. I'm gonna delete the, not what I wanted to do. There we go. Delete that path. Okay, so what we're gonna do is select none, open the grid back up, and then what we're gonna do is stroke path 2. So now when we override the grid, it should, oh, just realized okay, it's getting there. Undo stroke path. So what we're gonna do is, and actually I like that little, I like actually keeping that black background, surprisingly enough. So fuzzy select. We're going to go back to the grid, path, stroke. We actually need to stroke that at size 4. So file, override grid, completely unintentional. There we go. Okay, that is much better. Wait, how long you've been watching or just the overall uptime? Because uptime is sad. I don't have watch time, which I should probably set at some point. But yeah, so we've got the radar basics set up. So I just realized, okay, that should be fine. Okay, so now if I go to a game controller, should already have the mass locked get component image. No, right, so I don't have that open. So on collision check, bring up the code. So what I need to do is void on trigger enter. So now if I go into layer controller, we are going to add both of these. Delete the mass lock because that's not what we're doing here. Thank you. So now we need a private game object This is going to be an array of objects. So what we need to do is basically we're taking the... Hold up. Ooh, fun. So what we need to do is, I forget how, okay, so we need to be able to set up a, something that it can call. Actually, that should be public, not private. Because if it's private, then it won't be able to be called from outside scripts. So... Okay. And then enter class with another game object, unity calls and trigger enter. On trigger enter happens on the fixed update function when two game objects collide. Whether it's involved or not always at the point of initial contact. Collider point, one must have collider is triggered enabled and then container which is body if both collider is triggered enabled. No collision happens. The same with colliders when both game objects not have which is body. Use the following person for Okay, so maybe okay, so Future stores colliders touching or inside the sphere. Huh. Okay, that is definitely an interesting way to go about it. So we're gonna try that actually, now that I've got different way to possibly do it. Okay, so Unity. Okay. So first things first. Actually, I could probably legitimately just do radar range. The center would literally just be this dot transform dot position. And the radius would be whatever I'd set, literally whatever I'd set the ship's collision detector thingy, which should be 400. So that should work for that. And this is literally just the test. Debug.log. just for shits and giggles to see if this actually will work. I have a feeling it's not going to like all that, but apparently it does. Whoa. Not sure why the ship is moving, but actually, hold on. Should be freezing the Y, and not sure what's going on there, but okay. That was just weird. Again, not sure why it's moving the ship. Just make sure that's what broke it, because the ship shouldn't be moving at all. Nope, that is definitely because of the rigid body using gravity. Not sure why the rigid body was using gravity. No, it's still moving. Let's see what happens when we turn that off, if that's what's causing the issue. Yeah, that's what was causing the issue. That's weird. Okay, so now we'll go back into the code and uncomment all of that. And see if it still detects everything properly. Oh, right. We needed to detect on a certain layer. Right. Okay, we don't want it to detect everything. So we only want it to detect on the third layer. So let's just set that like that. Thank you for the follow, Karakfen. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. Am I saying that right? Karakfen? Okay, so. Okay, do you want that on the fixed update? Okay, so that is picking up the right thing. So now we have to move this information into the game controller so that the game controller can then change the radar to have contact at certain points. So it is getting the transform positions, so that's good. I don't need that code anymore. We do want to throw one thing in though. So we want to make sure that the only things that have colliders are the base thing. Like, we don't want the clouds to show. A collider. Wow. Words are hard. We don't need the sphere to have a collider. We just need to have the mass lock collider. Or, hold on, we want the sphere colliders. So we don't want them to be triggered. So we want false triggers that are false. So if it's is trigger false, then that tells us where the central point is. So then planet volcanic, is trigger no, is trigger yes. Earth like moon, capsule collider is trigger true. Okay, so we do want to add a collider, a sphere collider. So we do want a sphere collider, but we don't want it to. Okay, that's good. So the sphere itself is. Okay, I guess that works actually. Yeah, 0.5. Okay. So if it says is trigger, then it won't trigger it. If that makes any sense. So it specifies whether this query should hit triggers. So we are going to say false. Alright, hit save. And then, like I said, we need to throw another script. Oh, argument 4 cannot convert from bool to unity query trigger interaction. Huh? Okay, I guess you turn off, because I mean, we don't have to get the Y, we're literally just getting the X and Z, so it doesn't really matter. I guess it really doesn't matter, does it? Okay, so let's fix that little bit of code, because apparently that's not what that was asking for. So we're going to temporarily disable all the sphere colliders, because again, they don't really interact with anything, so sphere collider there, sphere collider there. Because we're just getting the top-down we're just getting the top-down collider. Okay, so basically anywhere there's a capsule collider, that's where we want to get the Create an add. Then we're going to open it up in code. So public string contact type Okay, so that's literally just going to throw us the contact type. So if it's a sun or a planet or a moon, it will show a different color on the map. So this one is the sun, so we throw sun, planet, so, oh, son of a monkey is... I'm going to have to fix that again. Oh, we actually want to throw that on the... where the capsule collider is located, because the sphere collider doesn't exist. For all intents and purposes, does not exist. So, planet. Moon. Okay, so now we just need to transpose that data, the X and the Z, onto the X and the Y of the map, or radar. So now if we go back into the code, go back to game controller, or no, it's under player controller. Although game controller is going to need to call the code. So let's check one last thing just to make sure it works. So we want to get component contact type. Okay, so in theory, this should still throw up the contact type from the code. Nope, using a generic method group, get component requires one type argument. Radar collider is a type which is not valid in the given context. Okay. Let's try it that way. Does it like it that way? No. Collider does not contain a definition for game object and no accessible extension method game object accepting the first argument of type collider could be found. Transform parent game object. Okay. Wow, that's a mouthful. So transform parent dot game object. Okay. That seems like a rounded out way to get what I'm asking for. Transform does not contain a definition for game object and no accepted. Okay, so let's try that. No, using the generic method group get component requires one type arguments. Might help if I actually put it in the right place. That might give me what I'm asking for. Yep. Okay, so exception null object reference not set in an instance of an object. Okay, so okay, so what I need to do no, this object only, sphere, default, 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 no. Okay, so let's try this again. Okay, let's try this now. Crap, did I forget to? Yes, I did. Yeah, we're gonna have an issue. Transform doesn't contain a definition. Copy. If Okay, let's try that. Possibly. Nope. Still showing up as a null with 155. Okay, because it's saying that it's not null, but then object program's not set to an instance of an object. Null reference exception. Alright, I think I'm starting to fall. I'm starting to lose my edge here. So, we are going to raid someone else. So let's see who we've got currently going. Oh! Hello. That just took a minute to update. These stream decks can be a little funky sometimes, I swear. So, let's see. So we are going to raid my good buddy Luna Tears. She is amazing. Just show the kind of love you guys show to me every single day, and let her know who sent you, obviously. And I hope that you guys have a great morning, great afternoon, or great night, whatever it may be for you. And I will actually catch you guys later. Hope you have a great night, morning, or afternoon. You know what I mean.